My second trip to the UK, I went to preach in the church, and the pastor, after they carry all the offering and put in his car. I said, no problem, maybe the treasurer is not around. While we are going, he said we should stop somewhere. We stopped in the shop. We got in there, and he bought some juice, bought some things. He said, I'm coming. I was watching with the corner of my eye. He went to the car, opened the car, carried from the money, went straight and paid. We're going. And he gave me 2 packages. I said, don't worry. I was thirsty. But I said, don't worry, sir. He said, no, I'm fine. He said, but you drink something? I said, no, I'm fine, sir, I'm fine. As soon as he dropped me, that was the end of our friendship. I sent him a text. I said, that thing you did, sir, you're not scared. When people give, they are giving their trouble, their labor, their sweat. When you eat it, you are inheriting their sweat. Every genuine preacher is on salary. You are only entitled to your salary. That is what you are entitled to. You can't run even an organization with this consciousness, this indiscipline, this flagrant abuse of documentations. So you think that's overseer of a ministry, the funds are yours? If anything is to be purchased in this place, before I would sign, there is a committee. You pass through them, and all of them use glasses. And they are not failures. So there's nothing you can do. They can't entice them. One is a retired engineer. Retired, served, and it's an engineer. They will sit down, vet it. They will confirm the prices outside. At that point, to them, you are not a Christian. I tell them, I say, anybody that bring bill for fund is not a Christian. Remove Christian eye at that moment. It's our brother, but when money is involved, money is not a Christian. Money is not a Christian. Don't look at him with Christian eye. At that point, look at him as a thief. Until he confirms it. If he doesn't confirm it, are you following me? You know people's honesty when money is involved. Forget all this noise. You want to know people let them have access to money. You'll be shocked. Let them have access. There are preachers today, you can't keep money in their care. Something must happen. If they don't break leg, they will break waist. If they don't break waist, they will break nose. They must have a reason why they touch the money. Waist break, head break, shoulder break. Something must break that will make them spend that money. I have one of our pastors here who I can leave money with and travel. Because I've left money with him and I'll pretend I'm not aware. I'll keep quiet. The way it's given is the way. Don't try it with people. You know, there are people you don't test with money. Oh. It's a waste of test. Say, let me test you. Test who? Test who?
Hello guys, welcome to the show. I hope everyone is doing just fine. And let me just start by saying that sometimes when I come across a video by the man of God, Apostle Johnson Suleman, I can't help but comment about it, right? Because sometimes the things he says are really important and useful, and are things that I personally believe everyone must hear them, and not just hear them but practice them in their daily lives. And other times there are things he will say that I will be like, come on, this is just BS, right? This is all just self-serving, and this is helping no one but yourself. In fact, when you say things like this, you don't help anybody but yourself. In this particular video, the thing he said or the point he made was really important. And I hope that people, especially his members, understand this very clearly. When it comes to money, people must be very careful. In fact, there is no such a thing that require more diligence than money or monetary transactions. When you are dealing with money, you have to be very careful. Like the man of God said, money itself is a very, very corrupting tool. It is very, very corruptive. And if you're not being careful, the influence of money will turn you into something that you are clearly not, or that you never knew you could become. When we talk about this whole giving and how people use money, I think that the men of God have understood how to use money to their own advantage than their Christians, than their members. Because most of these people who call themselves preachers are so rich nowadays because they understood how to invest money and how to gain profit from it. They will tell their members that if you give in the house of the Lord is going to multiply your giving and then give it back to you. But that's not the truth, is it? That's not the truth. That's just lies. They are just lies. The men of God don't give in order for them to receive. No, the men of God invest what their members give to them. For example, when they collect the tithes, the offering, the donations, and so on and so forth, or sometimes their own salaries, they invest it because they understand the importance of investing. But somehow, majority of their Christians do not understand that. Because had it been the understand that, they would not give their hard-earned money to a preacher just so God multiplies it and give it back to them. They will rather invest it in one business venture or the other that will yield profit down the road. That's what they will do. But with the whole manipulation in the church, with the whole deceptive doctrines in the church, many worshippers now believe that the only way they get out of their financial difficulties is to give money to a man of God. And that has never materialized, has it? Now you see preachers give money to their spiritual daddies and mommies. Do you know why they do that? It's not because they want God to somehow multiply the money and give it back to them. No, that is not the reason. The reason they do so is because they want to gain favors from the spiritual daddy and spiritual mommy. What they are doing is looking for connection. It's like what we call bribe money in the real world. You pay for favors. If you want favors, if you want to be able to have doors open for you, then you have to give money to those above you. The real word for that is bribe money. They are bribing their way through, but they will never say it's bribe money. They will say it's seed sowing. They will say it's tithing. They will say whatever they want to say. In fact, they will sugarcoat the action. But the bottom line is, what they are doing is buying favors. That is it. And last thing before I go, when you are dealing with money, or when you are in a monetary transaction, be very careful. Do your due diligence. Trust no one. Better still, trust but verify. Yes, trust but verify. Be it your pastor, be it your spiritual daddy, trust them but verify and be very, very diligent. Listen to Apostle John Suleman. He knows very well what he is talking about. So, listen to him.